I'm alright. How you doing?
Oh, I've had better days. I'm glad it's Friday.
You what?
I said I've had better days. I'm sure glad it's Friday.
Yeah, there you go.
I
So
know
hey,
I missed you. Good.
oh, it's all good. Thanks for calling me back. So have you seen Haley lately?
I have not seen her. The
No.
boys have.
Does she seem like she's alright? She sounds like she's alright.
Yeah. She's good. They spent Thanksgiving with her, and then they were there last weekend. Yeah.
Alright, was it
I
the
haven't seen her.
engagement that had?
Bobby and I aren't getting along right now.
Oh, really?
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. It's
Oh,
like,
no. What was it that sent things weird? Was it you followed me and things got set off by the engagement? Is that kind of what was going on?
no. I have not told anyone that we've spoken.
No, but you know they're engaged, right?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. Well, yeah. No, it's not that. It's he feels this need to take care of Melissa and Haley, and as much as I respect that, like, it's not fair for him to forget about, his other responsibilities,
Right.
which he's been doing. He always says, try, being someone that gets nothing, and
Well, it's all bullshit, is what that is, though, because like you know what I mean. Like I'm just not supporting Melissa, but I've got Haley completely. I always have. But the thing
yeah,
is she cut the line of communication, and then with this alienation, it's like my daughter doesn't know. She had this 8-year relationship with me that was great, and that's all fine. But right now, it's just like, well, obviously I'm with my mom, so she's the parent I'm supposed to be with, and then what happened to him, and she's pissed. Like, if she was to hear that, if her mother was to hear that she talked to me, her mom's gonna press her to be loyal and say that that's not okay, and you need to understand how your dad's just a total piece of shit. That's what's happening to my daughter right now, and I don't.
yeah,
And there's absolutely no need for anyone else to step in, and the man is being defrauded just the way that all the other people in her family have been defrauded by her, because that gets them to put in that extra help. Well, they did put in that extra help to other extended family for quite a long time, but they have removed themselves from doing that, because I've been in contact with them explaining like the situation, like, look, you guys need to help or you're a part of the problem, and there's no reason that this little child should be cut from their communications with their dad all of a sudden because mom thinks she could finally pull it off, and
yeah,
no longer lives under y'all's supervision, and therefore has turned into this wild case. Because really, she's a woman with no more than an 8th grade education that's been living either off of me or them the entire time Haley's been alive. So now that that's not going on, she's pissed. Because I'm not
yeah.
paying anymore. I took her to 3 trials. I'm not paying anymore. Like, I just called CPS recently. I'm not happy at all.
Oh, is
But
that why they went to their house? Because I guess they have to move. She got to move or something.
yeah, oh yeah, she's gonna continue to get shit shot at her because she's a criminal kidnapper. I'm sick of this. Like, there's no way this should be happening to me and my family, me and my
She's a
relationship with
criminal?
my daughter. Huh?
She's a criminal? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, it's kidnapping. There's no reason I should be having someone take her. I never mess with her situation at all. She has her Haley is her family too. That's her
Can I
family.
ask you something?
What?
And I feel like we've built a trust. So, I'm going to ask you something, and then I'm going to give you some information.
That would be great. Go ahead.
Because, listen, ever since we talked, like, I cannot stand for, you know, probably really pisses me off a lot, you know, but I would never, ever say that he's a bad dad. I would never, ever, ever keep these kids from him unless I felt like they were in danger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I was an excellent father. I spent millions of hours.
He pisses me off because he doesn't fully, you know, live up to his obligation. Like, you know, he's behind. But I don't punish him or the kids, you know.
Yeah.
But are you? I know that you're out of the country, but I mean, are you going to be back Are you going to be back at any point in time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You better believe it.
Yeah,
I gotta handle this business. Like life's going on outside of Melissa's dramatic bullshit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm losing family members. There's housing market. I'm losing businesses. I lost a whole loss of assets, but I got a whole income of assets coming now. As soon as I get this wrapped up, then I'll be financially able again to take care of all sorts of business, and you better believe I could do it. And you could tell whoever you want that. Like, I'm sick of this. This is just tragic. Like, she's just gone way too far at this point. You know, I haven't talked to Haley outside of a police call, but outside of pressing the police on the grandparents' home to get it in 7 months, and this is just crazy. You know, this is just all because of two things. Money. I lost money in the housing market crash. I lost it all. I'm finally just claiming bankruptcy out there, and then I lost family members in another place to where I had to go provide DNA for them to be like, you know, for governments to issue death certificates, so you could like put the stuff behind you. You know what I mean? And oddly enough, well, anyway, what were you gonna ask me though?
I just wanted to know because she just sent me an email. There was this whole my youngest son Brady, who's 8, has gone to her parents' house, and her brother's living there, and he's got a dog.
Okay.
And the dog, like, bit Brady in the butt, my son.
So wait, say this one more time?
Do what?
Yeah, say that one more time?
So, this was like 2 months ago, and it was October 5th. You know her brother, Josh, is that his name?
Yeah, I know him. I met him before.
Yeah. So he's living in her parents' basement. He's got a dog named Neo.
Okay.
And Melissa, the boys were with her at her parents' house because Bobby was working. And the dog, like, nipped Brady in the butt. Like, bit him. He had a bruise.
Haley in the back, or who in the back?
No, my son Brady.
Your son Brady. Oh, okay,
my son
got
Brady
it.
is 8. And this happened on a Friday. Well, nobody called me. Nobody told me. I found out when I picked him up, and the kids told me. So I was pissed. I was mad.
Yeah.
And I was upset. I was disappointed because at that point, Melissa and I had talked, and I felt like from a mother, like she should have called me.
Yeah.
I mean, I took pictures of the bruise. So Bobby, like, was mad at me.
She probably didn't even know.
She did know.
I wonder. Oh, she did. Okay.
Yeah, and
no,
she's like,
she doesn't.
She's like, we took care of it. Like, basically, what's the big deal? I'm like, the big deal is it broke the skin. I need to know if the dog has had shots. Like, they were, and she wouldn't answer my phone calls. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, I didn't do, Bobby and I'm pissed at Bobby because he's behind like a couple $1,000, and I struggle, but I just sacrificed for my kids. So That's a separate issue. That has nothing to do with my kids and their safety.
Yeah, you wouldn't cut him off over the money, right?
Never, ever.
Yeah.
He gets more.
Yeah.
He gets mad at me because he feels like, oh, it's just he victimizes himself.
Right.
You know, he's like, oh, you're so lucky you even get child support. You know, I'm with a woman that gets absolutely nothing. She's done this on her own. So then Melissa sends me this email about Bobby telling me that they're going to get married. This was before they were engaged, and that he was going to adopt Haley.
Uh-huh. All right, that's good to know.
And nothing is, there's no paperwork in process. I mean, that's why, I know you said you've got stuff to take care of, and, you know.
But they process paperwork or something?
No, nothing.
Yeah, this American Family Court system is fucked up, man. Like there's a court order in effect right down now. I had to pay $45,000 to get this thing, and that's after she didn't go by two of the other ones, the one that she agreed to in her own, and then the one that mediation gave us, and then they issued the same freaking thing. You know, it's crazy. Like I have the whole thing court reported.
Have you Googled her name lately?
Who, Haley's?
No, Melissa.
No? Why?
Well, look up her name and look up Shenandoah County, Virginia.
Why? What's up with that?
Huh?
Why? What's going on there? Thank you so much for being my friend, by the way. Like, I'm really, I'm...
You know,
I know there's a lot of fear probably in both of us. I've got it, definitely, but I'm just, to the point where I'm just fuck it, I'm gonna break this.
I cannot stand, I've seen the stuff you posted, and I've read the stuff, and I know there's probably more. And you know what? I haven't been an angel in my situation. There been times when I've said things I shouldn't have said yes, but I never have. I have always kept it away from the kids. Always. You know, that's rule number one. And no matter what, sometimes I hate him. And it really makes me sick to my stomach to the way that she's presenting herself. I mean, if I had never gotten in touch with you, I would have thought that you had never been around, that you had never provided a dime of support, that you were crazy. Like, if you and I had never talked, then
but that's what they have to do to cover up what they're doing. Like, you can look that up as a symptom.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
And so that's what I really wanted to talk to you about, is like, if maybe at some point, I don't know, just like directly, if you ever have any problem with these two people, I definitely back you up, as far as that couple goes and your children. And then secondly, because this is not a good parent. This is not a good parent. Like, everyone knows the situation very well. Like, I've recorded hundreds of people. A bishop on my church is down there to testify. Everybody knows me and Haley have been dodging. Huh?
Are you Catholic?
No, I'm not. I'm LDS, actually.
Oh, okay.
But, what's that?
I said okay. I heard bishop, and I just was curious.
No, but either which way, I was, I live a really, like I told you in the beginning conversation, we're both from Albuquerque. I went to the military. I got a medal. I was a highly qualified person in a big deployment, and then I came back and I honorable discharge, and then I built this company up, and I've got, I put myself through college the last 9 years. Melissa's done nothing. Essentially, the only change she's made in her life was because I court ordered her to do it. Well, part of the court order was she had to get a new job where she worked in the daytime, and she had to get new daycare and all this. She was just instructed how to do all this stuff 2 years ago, so this is not a good parent. And so the only change that she has made in her life that's been a positive one is the new is the switch from the bar job to the OBYGN clinic job, which was only a result of a court order.
She's supposedly, she found a second job, supposedly, at a bar somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure she does. She has not abided by the order in any way, shape, or form. The order specifically states in it, like the judge incorporated into the order the entire transcript of the hearing to make it very clear, to make it, huh? I'm sorry?
The Virginia court system website. And so
you know what?
Cases.
Huh?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit. Sorry, I'm like, there's some kids playing some video across the room.
I know,
it's like an internet cafe.
Please don't ever use it.
No, listen, I'm thinking, God, if there's every day, like, where you feel you've built a relationship with Haley where you could be like, you know what, dude, like, I've been talking to your dad since this happened, and, if you ever felt like Haley would keep the secret, too, you know what I mean? Like, you need to, but, because I think Haley understands that she can't do anything as far as contacting me in front of anyone where it will get back to her mom. Like, if you promise her, I will not tell your mom, if you don't tell your mom, and you think that Haley's evolved into the type of person that would keep that secret, God, it would mean, like, mountains of goodness to me if she just knew, like, I'm down here freaking crying my eyes out, you know? I'm dying. There's nothing I can do. Like, I gotta wait for this process. Once I got money in my hands, then I'm gonna spin the wheel again. But right now, I'm like $900. You know, my child support's $600 a month. Like, this thing banked in 1 year.
She's what? How much?
It's $550 a month.
That's what you pay?
That's what I pay in support. But I'm a year behind. Like, as soon as the housing market comes, like, I'm like, I had this construction company, right? And I finally got it to the point where I'm building an apartment building. Oh, just 1 second. Aló. ¿Qué pasó? Yo estoy en el teléfono también. Yo estoy llamando de Estados Unidos ahorita. Yo estoy aquí. Dame comida. Ciao. No, but I'm back. So listen, like I finally started building this huge apartment building, you know, and I got this successful career going, and then the housing market crash came right there on my biggest project, which I invested my load into, and so it just took me upside down, and then my family members dying, and then, so I'm just like, oh, I gotta go down here. I took Haley to Disneyland, and then I came down here, and I couldn't pay the support. I sent Melissa a letter saying that, like, I'm bankrupt, I just bottomed out, you know, I'm waiting for something to come through on me. And then the housing market crashes, ripple effect, clipped that last thing I thought that was going to come through. So then I couldn't pay anything. In the letter I sent her saying I had hit a hiccup, I asked her to respond within 10 days. Within that same 10 days, she went to DCSC and fired the gun at me. Because we had it written in an order where I was just mailing her checks. Nothing was through there.
Yeah.
Well, what DCSC does, the reason she did that is because what DCSC does is they go and they clip your passport at $2,500. So like I can't even get back to do anything, you know what I mean? Until I get this other.
You know that that's why I haven't gone is because if I go, I know what they do. I know what they do.
Oh, dude, they take away the.
As mad as I am at him, I won't do that because then it will make his life.
It'll kill his life.
And I'm telling you, I have the paperwork ready. I mean, because I'm so over it. I can't talk to him. I'm so tired of hearing what a victim she is. I'm tired of it, you know.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's talking to you and what happened to you because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to destroy his life.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I understand. But listen, I'll send you these video clips. Like you'll literally, I'm like between cities right now. But when I get back to my other computer that I did them on, I'm gonna upload them again on a private account, to where I have to like authorize give you a password or whatever, and then you'll hear like 100 people saying, "Oh yeah, he was an excellent father." You'll see thousands of pictures of us together through all segments of her life. You know what I mean? That gets fucking ridiculous.
Is anyone sending you pictures of her?
Wait, what?
Did anyone send you Does anyone send you like recent pictures of her?
Listen. I have a court transcript from 4 years ago where the judge is screaming at Melissa to forward the school documents she receives for Haley to me and to notify me of parent-teacher conference opportunities and whatever. I have never received one photograph of Haley or one piece of her school or anything. I have not received clothes. I paid that support for 8 years and she did not send her with any clothes. I had to buy a separate wardrobe on top of it all. I have witnesses to all of these facts, like recorded by audio recordings. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, she's been doing this for 9 years. Quite honestly, should I not have been in that court trial? Should I not have been in that court trial over this bullshit woman doing this bullshit stuff, I would have been able to refinance my buildings and come out of the housing market crash a lot cleaner. But because I was dealing with the depression, like, she's used my daughter to, she's used that girl to burn me down, and it's worked to a heavy degree is all I'm saying. And all I care about,
is the reason why I'm asking is that I could send you pictures.
Yes,
like,
that would be freaking cool.
Do you have anyone sending you pictures? Like,
no,
I mean, my kids are on her Facebook.
I will not. I don't have anyone sending me anything. I haven't seen a photo of her. I would love to get photos of her. And like I said, if it ever develops into a situation where, like, somewhere down the line, because I'm thinking right now maybe I ordered a Santa Claus to their house, or, you know, I got a couple $100. They wouldn't, you know, Denny would, I don't know, man. I don't know what to do. Fuck, I don't know what to do. But that's why I'm just kind of calling you.
Well, if you're going to send anything, you should send it to DCSE so that the payment is recorded. You know to do that, right?
Yeah, but I'm not, like, I can't put the paper to, I can't, even if I had a load of money, I think I'm paying lawyers. I don't know. It's hard to take.
Listen. If you want to send her money, but you don't want her to know where you are, I'll help you. But you should send it through DCSE because otherwise it's like you never paid it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but honestly, I don't think I really want to pay this. Like, because right now, the salty thing, I got to pay 9G.
It's fine.
Huh?
She's got a rock. You know what, Brandon? She's got a rock on her finger. Like, I don't know how he did it, but she got, like, this big freaking engagement ring.
Oh, she got one of those out of me. She got one of those out of me. This man is, listen to me. This man has absolutely no idea what he's getting into. He's being lied to. This is a con that she does not change. I'm telling you.
He's saying, listen, you go to that website. You go to that website. The state criminal
website. I'm going there right now. I'm trying to. State Virginia. What would I? Yeah, all right, I got you.
So you're gonna look up the court system in the state of Virginia. You want the online case information?
The case number for my case?
County. No, it's something else. You must thank me.
Yeah, all right, that's cool. Thank you very much. I'm already thanking you for contacting me. I'm already thanking you for No, I'm trying to find the part where you lift this up. But really, I mean, Kelly, thank you so much. It's just like, I'm glad someone sees that we're all, like, I've been a parent to so many other kids, man. Like, I'm such a good guy. This is such bullshit. Like, I just don't ever wanted to deal with the lady, but she took that real personally enough to really, like, light up her own kids' relationship with her dad. I mean,
is Haley your only child?
I'm sorry, Haley's my only child, correct?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, she was my life. Like, I joined the military for her. I joined my church all sick for her. Like, she was my life. She really repowered, you know. And then,
I have two sisters. And a brother. And my two sisters, you know, they're married. We all have kids. And I had told, before I even got in touch with you, the kids had come home when the site was still up. And what I told you, you know, I just started looking stuff up and I sent it to my sisters. And they were just couldn't believe it. Like it's
That's crazy.
Are you near a computer right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to look. It says, let's see, Brian Keys, no. Virginia Courthouse. What did you have to read?
Hold on. Listen, if I send you something.
Yeah, alright, thanks. I'm sorry I'm having the trouble.
Listen, I'll email you something, but please, can you promise me?
No, listen. You're my lifeline too. I don't want to abuse this at all. I would I'm even afraid, like, you know, of you even saying anything to Haley, because I'm not sure. She's only 9, you know what I mean? She doesn't know. It's just like.
Which email address should I send it to?
And she wants to Brandon Angel 5000 at Yahoo. I just sent you an email to the address you had. But yeah, thanks so much. I mean, it feels better already just talking to you. It's been on these days I don't get out of bed, man. I'm really like.
What?
I said there's been days I don't get out of bed. A lot of them.
No,
but
you can't do that.
Huh?
You have to get out of bed.
No, I know.
Life will still go on.
It's just become overwhelming.
I mean, it's.
I thought I was gonna be able to get over this stuff a little better, or just kind of get through the parts where.
Okay, hold on. And I don't care if you say you found it, but I just don't want anyone to know how you found it, okay?
Yeah, no, don't worry. If it's public records, that's easy to not mention. I don't want to, like I said, I think this is kind of like something from God. It's like something from my commitment to religion, man, or something, because God's been giving me some little gifts here and there. So I'm really glad you got a hold of me.
It's on its way.
See. Oh, you sent it? Let me see.
Yeah, I sent it.
All right. Oh, let's see.
Did you get it?
I did, but it's still loading on the page. Kind of slow over here.
The attachment?
Is there an attachment? Oh yeah, okay, I see it.
Yeah, there's an.
It's loading the message still. Oh, is that the photo?
No.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
What are you on fire about there?
On what?
Are you on fire about there?
Yeah, something like it. Oh wow, okay. Let's see. Oh wow, look at that. They misspelled her last name on the thing. Oh wow, okay. Was she do you know if Haley was in the car for this?
No, she was not. No, they were, it's crazy, because I live
Transport
about,
minor child. Did you see that? Is that Ignition
I
in the
live,
back?
no, that's her. So listen, so I live about 40 miles from where they live.
Uh-huh.
They were at a wedding out here this summer. And, you know, she got busted. Well, Bobby had called me because Melissa had, like, some problems with her throat. She had her tonsils taken out, this, that, and the other.
Uh-huh.
And he told me they were testing her for, like, throat cancer.
Okay.
Eyebrow was that she ran out of, like, pain medication and they wouldn't refill it because they said she was taking too much.
Uh-huh.
So then, and she had to take a drug test recently. Because he told me about child services coming to their house. So she said that she had only had 3 drinks and that there was something wrong with her throat, and that's what made her, like, she said that she got screwed. She's someone that blames everyone else for stuff. She can't drive. Like, she has to do these classes.
Okay.
$2,500 on a lawyer. She has to take ASAP classes, or these drug and alcohol classes.
Uh-huh.
She has to have one of those things put in the car, a breathalyzer put in the car.
Oh, wow.
Drive. So she's got a restricted license. Well, she doesn't. I don't think she has a license right now. I think she has to get it's called ignition interlock.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Wow, this does help a lot. Yeah, I'm just about to go to the lawyers, man. I'm freaking sick of this. This is bullshit. This does help a lot. Well, you know, I promise you, like I said, I just want to show you this stuff because I know you've been nervous, and I want you to know that, like, everything I'm telling you is true by all these witnesses I've recorded. It's so easy. Like, that's what I did. I recorded a parental alienation specialist psychologist out of California. I told him I was doing a documentary and recorded him talking about the general effects on children in these types of situations. And I put it in a format to where she was going to respond to it. Remember I told you about this, and she was making up fake people to threaten my life with and stuff, but it was all, I have it recorded that it's the same computer logging on to do it. So, I put it on this thing called Blip TV, to where it actually records the IP addresses of your traffickers to see, like, what parts of the United States are watching them better or whatever. So, like, the fake people were all from the same IP address, which is the same internet connection. So, yeah, like, so I've basically, you know what I mean? I have her pinned as making a threat against my life. And I mean, any adult person knows better than to write an email with something like that in it, you know what I mean? And so...
you know what I want to do? I so badly want to share some of the emails that I have received. Because some of the things that she has sent to me, when I was reading the stuff that you had posted, I'm like, she's a total hypocrite. I cannot believe the thing that she told me. When we were on the phone, she was like, you know, Bobby paid you a lot of money, and I'm glad that you shared with me how much you paid in child support, because Bobby we have 3 boys, okay? He was court ordered to pay $1,474 a month, okay? We agreed on him paying $1,200. You know, he makes like $85,000 a year.
He makes $85,000 a what?
A year.
A year? How does he do that?
Yeah. He's a programmer, like he does building automation. He works
Oh,
for
he does animation?
EMS. No, building automation, like
Oh.
he did a job at the Capitol. He works for EMS Technology.
Oh, wow.
You would never hurt him, right?
No, not at all. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this.
So.
I'm Christian. Like, I don't want nothing to do with Melissa's life. That's inappropriate for me to. That's an inappropriate action for me to take. That's what I mean. Like, I'm an adult. I'm like an adult.
I don't even know why I asked you that, because everything that we've talked about, I've had no indication that you would do anything that could possibly.
No, listen. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Like, had I not been cut in this double whammy about my dead relative and this thing I didn't know about with the child support abilities to really fuck over your life. But anyways, like, if I had not been caught in this weird moment about this, this 7-month gap in Haley's life would have never happened. I don't know what Melissa's thinking. I mean, she did it once before for 3 months. She did it once before for a month and a half. And it was really hard on Haley, I'm sure. And the last time she did it, the judge ordered Haley into my care that evening. So, she's watching Haley's mom come in saying, oh, you got to go with your dad, like, right now. After a month and a half of saying, you're not going to see your dad again. So it's been fucked up for Haley. Like, so for me, it's like, I don't even know, should I just, like, not engage with this anymore? No. Then it's like, oh, no, I can't do that to my kid. Like, this is the whole thing. I've been, so it's a real crappy situation to be put in. And I mean, in hindsight of this 9 years, I mean, she has really messed up my life by using all these different, I was in the military and she was contacting my chain of command saying she wanted more money. And then I had them coming to me. She put in a false police report on me that I had.
Can I ask you something, honestly? Can I ask you something?
Sure.
And you don't have to answer me. Because I'm not going to judge you. There's only one judge, and.
Yeah, totally.
Were you ever, like, physically abusive towards Melissa?
Never. I took Melissa outside of the house one day when she had grabbed Haley off my lap 4 days before, and we talked about it. We were like, yeah, this is really getting out of control. You cannot do this in front of Haley anymore, which is what I'd been saying for 6 months before that when it was just yelling. But then her yelling fits got out of control where she grabbed Haley. CPS was called in Washington on her, in Washington, Virginia, and I fended them off. I came back from a workup deployment, and the report was, while dad is away on workup deployments, child is left in the house by herself. True story. What's that?
She was left where?
This was in Bremerton, Washington. CPS was called by a neighbor and said, while dad is deployed, while dad is away for a month, mom would leave the kid in the house and the blinds were all messed up in the front of the house. She told me the cat did it. Turned out that from this report the woman made that my daughter had did it. I had fended CPS off. Another group of people had been trying to beat up Melissa there over a pack of cigarettes that she stole from them recently after she told one of my church authorities she didn't smoke. It was this weird thing. She's just this really lying, manipulative person that lives like this secret double life all the time. Anyways, so what happened is, like the setup, Haley being born was the setup. What happened is she made a running start at Haley again 4 days after the incident where she grabbed Haley in this apartment that I'm telling you about, where all this shit happened. And I grabbed her up. I'm 220, solid muscle. I've been an athlete, like a wrestling athlete my whole life. Like, I don't need to hit women. I could just hold them down and tickle them or yell at them or whatever. Like, I've never hit a woman, so. Then, I took her outside and I set her down nicely. She dramatically threw herself on the ground and then called the police and hand wrote a statement that I headbutted her, punched her, and then threw her out of the house. So that was all dismissed. Thank God the arresting officer came back and said on the report that there was no signs of abuse, that I was a 220 guy, that she's a 140 girl, and that she didn't have any marks or bruises or red marks or anything to support what she was saying, so the whole thing was dismissed. I was issued an order to stay away from Melissa for a period of 2 years as a condition of the dismissal, and I abided by it. Melissa tried to, tell my parents, told all this shit about this Jerry Springer bullshit, same stuff, about with my mom, calling my mom, saying, well, if he doesn't meet me, he'll never see Haley ever again. And for our first Christmas, before my deployment, they were giving us Christmas with our family. She did all this shit right before that Christmas. So my first Christmas with Haley, she took Haley from Salt Lake City, where I just drove this apartment full of shit after I got out of jail and dismissed and everything, down to it where my mom lives. She took Haley over to Albuquerque, where we're from, and didn't let me see her for my Christmas to go on deployment without seeing her. She's a fucking bitch, man. I mean, she's really... Aló, ¿qué pasó? Yo estoy aquí. Yo estoy hablando en el phone, es importante, ¿qué?
And she's in contact with your mom, right? And you went there this summer?
Wait, what? Go ahead.
She's in contact with your mom?
Oh, yeah, because my mom's another one. I mean, we're all from Albuquerque. That's why it's easier to explain it that way. My mom's another one. My mom testified against Melissa in court 3 years ago, but now she's, siding with Melissa because, her and my stepdad are some other freaking Jerry Springer people, and I didn't care that my stepdad passed. He's never really a good person, and I didn't go back for the funeral because of this stupid situation. So now my mom's chasing... Yeah, it's just this whole stupid mess. I can't believe I got with this woman and that this other woman's my mom. This is how my family. I'm one of those guys that's running away from this kind of behavior.
You don't think that it would help to try and reconcile with your mom to have that, because Haley went there this summer, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Look up Alec Baldwin's story. Alec Baldwin went through this parental alienation thing. Look up that story. Yeah, that was all that hurt me. That was my court-ordered scheduled visitation for the summer. And Haley was sent there, and no one ever told me. Melissa sends me these emails saying, no, you can't see her, fuck you, da-da-da, and then sent Haley to my mom's to hurt me. And my mom's thinking in her, grandmother state that she's, doing something helpful, but she's really not. She's showing my daughters more and more that some of these confusing lines.
You and Melissa, you guys don't communicate at all. She changed her email address. I have that.
I have not communicated with Melissa for 6 years. I don't care what kind of crap she's pulling. I've saved everything. I've recorded every email, all the fake people, the IP address thing. The fact that the video stuff was only sent to Melissa, I made it look like it was public because I figured it would spark some sort of reaction to her showing people, and then it would crumble a little bit the environment that she creates, that I'm this demon. Like you said, you don't know. You would have thought by what she was saying that she's protecting Haley from this stalker crazy man.
Because she said to me, we had a conversation that didn't go very well. And she said to me, that I'm lucky that I have a father who wants to be involved and wants to see his kids, and he pays to support. And then she said, my daughter Googled her name, and she sees all these lies trashing her mom all over the internet. And I've got to be honest, I didn't see, all I saw was facts. I didn't see where you trashed her at all. I mean,
I just said this is bullshit. When my kid's being kidnapped, I'd like to see solution. Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit of an outcry. I regret it. I took it all down. I don't regret it for the time. It was a little bit of an outcry. I mean, dude, I'm depressed. This is hard. This is really, really hard. Never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd be in a situation like this. You know what I mean? And I'm a good dad. I'm a really good dad.
I'm gonna go on my son's Facebook page because, of course, I have to log in. And I'm gonna snap some pictures and I'm gonna send them to you tonight.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly. I don't want to take your whole night away, but thank you so much for all this. Yeah, I had
I'm glad you called because I wanted to reach back out to you, but at the same time, I wanna.
That's just 'cause you're a good person, or what?
I don't know. Bobby would say I'm a terrible person. He would say I'm a good mom, but I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
So, you know, but fortunately, he's the only person that I know that thinks that. All I try to do is be a good person, a good mom, a good wife. That's it.
Yeah.
Good person, good mom, good wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you
maybe
some
someday you could just say something to Haley like, I don't think your dad, I don't think that these stories are.
Yeah, I think,
I don't know that
I'm gonna be very, very careful.
Yeah, be very careful, I agree. Be very
I'll be
careful.
very careful, but, there's definitely...
All kids in these situations will run home to tell mom something like this just so that mom knows they're loyal, because that's who they have to deal with every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They need to have loyalty because kids need parents, they need to be loved. And if they feel like that love's in jeopardy based on their attitude towards the other parent, well, they're stuck with that parent, so their love needs to be solidified with the person they're stuck with. And that's all part of the traumatic stuff that gets burned in these poor children, but I don't know what to do. The system is so weird.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe, like, I don't know, and I can't make any promises, but, you know, if you want to do, like, a short message or something and send it to me, I can't promise you when, but at some point, if I can get it, you know, if the situation's right, of course, like, you, at this point, no, I would be very, very, very careful, because I wouldn't, I mean, not that it's going to jeopardize any, you know, because of her. I mean, you want to protect her, so, you know, there's a part of me that wants to run, you know, screaming to them and saying, you know, I know the truth, but I won't do that, and I'm much smarter than that.
Yeah.
I just sitting back and waiting. I can't imagine what you've been going through, because it's very frustrating to hear.
¿Qué pasó, ma?
You know, it's very frustrating.
¿Qué pasó?
You know, I don't listen to a whole lot of BS, but it's really, I've always been told to, you know, stand up for people that can't stand up for themselves, and not that you can't, you haven't had the chance. And it's really hard not to do that, but I know that it's, right now is just not the time. So, but I will send you some stuff, and, you know, call me anytime. I'm glad you called.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you called too. So, yeah, Kelly, right on. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure. Okay, thanks again.
All right.
No problem.
Bye-bye. Yeah, that's better.
Okay. So,
listen, I work in a really small office, so I came outside. Is it possible for you to either call me back in 10 minutes or for me to call you back when I have some privacy?
Yeah, I mean, I can call you back whenever you want, or I could sit here over by the phone. So,
and I'm on the level. My connection to Melissa is very removed. We're not friends. I'm hesitant to tell you too much because I don't know a lot.
Well,
I'm hesitant. I understand that you're, you know, based on your email, maybe you've been getting, you know, I don't know what people have tried to do. But I'm concerned about protecting my kids, and, you know, I know that you feel the same way about Haley, so I just want to make sure that, you know, anything that we talk about is...
Oh, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Anyone who could aid me in my situation, I'd be very thankful to them and to God for coming into my life. I mean, just to sum up the story, me and Melissa are both from Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is kind of a underfunded town as far as lifestyles go, I guess. And I had some parents screw me, and I had a kid, and I said this is not going to happen, and I joined the military and joined my church and changed my life all around, and Melissa didn't. So that's kind of the Reader's Digest version, and my kid is stuck in the Jerry Springer show, and I just...
That's what I feel like I'm in the midst of, honestly. You said it perfectly.
Yeah, it's like, it's been traumatic to watch, and there's nothing a father can do, really. I mean, we've been in court for 9 years. I've spent $150,000 in extra expenses just going through court. I paid my child support for 8 years, and just as of a year ago, exactly 14 months ago now, I stopped paying, and I've stopped supporting the situation completely, and I can't. I've successfully gained a third court order that says if you cut phone communication with Dad, you will lose custody. And we're 7 months into that court order, and because she knows I'm out of money and when my business went bankrupt and I'm long distance, she knows that she could sink her teeth in, at least for the moment, and she did that, and it's been terrible to watch. And so I have talked to Haley one time in the last 7 months. And
oh my God.
yeah, and this happened once again. We went to a whole trial because this went on for 3 months. So right now I'm pretty, my cage has been rattled. She knows what dads get. If you really love your kid, this stuff hurts real bad, and it hurts, and it's been hard. And I don't know what situation she's in. I don't even know where she lives. The only things I know is where the grandparents live, where she goes to school, that the court order is not going abided by again, and that there's 5 million stories about my dad being this, that, and the other. But Dad's really an award winner of a Meritorious Medal of Valor in deployment from a 2-star admiral, honorable discharge, college degree, successful housing company up until the housing market crash, and that's pretty much what's allowed the things to evolve into the point that you're coming into contact with them at, is that Daddy hasn't had money to pay lawyers this last 2 years. In the last 7 months, things have really spun out of control since Mom doesn't have lawyers making sure she's doing the right thing, and she knows she can get away with everything, and she's been moved out of the grandparents' house, and they're into the whole parental alienation, manipulation, guise, too, of this man is a monster. But no, I just love my kid and want to do my responsibilities as a father right, and I sat in the waiting room when she went through her surgery at 6 months old because the story's pretty gruesome. It has been, Melissa's a kid monster. I'd never imagined a woman could do this to her own children either, but I've come to learn that it's a psychological disorder is actually what it is, and it's supported a lot by the way the court systems have given full control to moms, and it's recognized by psychiatry. Mainstream psychiatry is a psychological disorder, so that's what she's fallen into, and that's what we're all kind of a victim of.
So, you said what she's done to, you mean what she's done to Haley, keeping her from you? Is that what you're referring to, or something else?
Oh, no, yeah, keeping her from me and telling her these crazy things. I mean, she brainwashes Haley on a daily basis. I have the last conversations I have with Haley recorded, and Haley had every other weekend visitation schedule every summer that I could get that were, there's like 5 summers missing and a bunch of weekends, but for the most part, I was just providing another example for Haley. I filed through the courts. I didn't talk to her mom for 6 years. She remained this fatal attraction, obsession, wants to hurt. If you didn't stay with me, so now you're gonna pay, and that's what she's been stuck in for this whole time. And to me, I was angry. I was just like, this is just pathetic. I'm gonna stick it to you. But now I'm acceptance of the fact that without all the money I used to make, I'm not able to do anything here. So I guess what I got to do is just record everything that's going on real well and have it for her. So, I've actually recorded 100 of my friends, my 3 girlfriends before Melissa, my 3 girlfriends after. You can watch all this stuff. Thousands of witnesses, thousands of hours are recorded, and I've called home now since I've been away from my home state and Philadelphia and Virginia and everything, and everybody's testified, oh yeah, that's super dad right there. He wouldn't just take out Haley when she'd come out. You know, she had her own. Haley never sent her with clothes for 5 years, even though there's 2 orders with the judge yelling at her, telling her to serve. You know, the judge will yell at her each time, and I've got all that recorded in the court reports too, but they just will not change custody. They have a problem doing that, and I'm a nice guy, and I'm not telling lies in the courtroom, so I'm trying to, you know, I'm answering questions like, well, you know, do you think really uprooting this kid and taking her out of her school and everything is the best thing to do? And I'm kind of buckling, saying, well, I don't want to look like a bad dad, so, you know, well, I just want to do the best for my kids, so whatever the court determines, you know, it's just like, it's been just absolutely ridiculous, you know. Melissa just wants to say that that her daughter has a deadbeat dad and go identify with all the other Jerry Springer moms about it and do the whole whatever. So
how long has it been since you've actually physically seen Haley?
It's been 2 years since I physically saw her. I took her to Disney World because I knew I was going to have to leave to take care of a year's worth of business. Since then, Mom has sunk her teeth in, and short of kidnapping, I would not be able to pick up my daughter because, well, I have a court order that I could go by, but I just don't have the money right now to put all the stops in place and have all the different things.
Because of child support, right?
Well, no. The thing that I can't visit Haley, yeah, right. The child support's got me in a bind right now. They've made a thing to where I can't. I'm not in California. I'm out of the country. I had to come handle business out of the country. It's not the first time I've had to do it. And I always take Haley out real big, and I send her videos, and we do Skype. She has a computer that I bought and sent to the house. She's Skyped with me many times. So we get through these kinds of things. But now, because of the child support, they actually at a certain balance, anything over $2,500, and they secure your passport. So my child, I didn't know that, but so now my child support's in rearages of $7,000. I'm looking to get a big settlement on my company. This is what we were waiting for, but it's taking its legal process. So until I get that settlement, I won't even think of being able to pay this. I sent her a letter that told her that, and that's where she affected that's where she became the actual monster that she is today, which is the worst version of the same monster that we've seen this whole time. But she sunk her teeth in, and she really wants to tell this story, and so she feels like this is her time to do it. And she's really a stupid person, so she thinks that this is actually going to stick, and that she's not traumatizing a child and being a selfish witch, but that's what she's being, and I'm doing a very good job of recording everything, and they're going and taking pictures of my girlfriend and putting them on Facebook and all this other different things that she's doing. Well, it's been a very traumatizing show, let's just say, Kelly. But anyways, because I'm a little nervous about you saying something recently happened, could you just at least tell me that Haley's all right?
Not recently. Nothing is happening. Haley is fine. I mean, I've met her. But Melissa is actually, oh God, I'm afraid to even say, engaged to my ex-husband.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And,
no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And we have 3 boys together, 3 amazing boys. Don't worry. Haley is definitely safe around them. I have since remarried. I have a daughter with my husband. My husband now, I don't know if you got my most recent email, but my stepdaughter now she's 17, but he went through, 8 years of a whole lot with his daughter, and now, she lives in Pittsburgh, actually. He's from Philly, but she lives in Pittsburgh. She comes and visits. She wants to move here when she graduates. All is well, fortunately for us, but
Yeah, it's everywhere you
in
look
some
now.
circumstances, yeah, I'm in Winchester, and, you know,
Well, so do you get along with the Bobby guy or whatever?
you know, it's kind of back and forth.
Uh-huh.
It really varies based on his relationship status. I mean, I've seen him, you know, he's been with girlfriends, and, you know, coming from a mom's perspective, honestly, it's just weird because you're kind of on the other side. You know, I've always encouraged him to spend as much time as they can. I begged him to move to Winchester, to be closer. You know, the kids need their parents. And
Yeah, for
so
sure.
back and forth, you know, we have struggled, and, you know, it really just, it always comes back to child support. It's never, you know, unless I can say, okay, you don't need to provide any support whatsoever, you know, the arguments are going to be there. And I'm as reasonable as I possibly can, you know, and still looking out for my kids' future. So, but, you know, I've had minimal interaction with Melissa. I mean, I'd met her, of course, because my kids were
the child support on my end, I could still even pay her, but it was a bait move to, just, if you're not going to let me talk to her, I'm not going to pay. You know, and I'm having troubles. We're losing the company. I'm going through bankruptcy. And the trial that we had to go through had a lot to do with that. We probably would have got a lot of refinancing done before this crash had I not been sitting there applying all my time to getting this trial done for Haley, because you want to play stupid mom. But but then after,
I don't want to interrupt you, but I just want to run inside, shut down my computer, and get in my car.
Oh, okay.
What are you more comfortable with? Can I call you back, or do you want to call me back?
Sure, this is my number. You can call me. I'll just wait for you. You said it'll be like 20 minutes or something.
Okay. So the number that you called me from, I can call you back on?
Yep.
Okay. I'll call you back in just a few minutes.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Hello?
Brandon?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good. Sorry, that's just a little bit longer than I expected.
Yeah, no sweat. No sweat.
So, I guess, I mean, and I'm sorry for your situation. I can't, as a mother, I can't even imagine. I can't imagine spending a moment. I mean, I have a hard enough time, you know, my kids not being with me every other weekend for just 2 days. So I can't even imagine what you have been going through, other than I know, you know, what my husband went through. So I guess maybe to be a little bit selfish, but it'll give me a little bit better understanding. I mean, Melissa's, honestly, do I have to worry about my kids being around Melissa and her family?
I mean, listen, I don't want to even be the result of my kid. I'm almost feeling like I'm glad to talk to you and that there's some sane people around, so I don't even want to give you cause for, like, removing yourself or your children from my kid's life, because it's like, I would like her to have as many examples of sane people around as possible, you know. I have a hard time believing what I'm seeing every day, like that any mother in the world. Listen, I personally don't have any respect for what's going on for a mother like this, and I try to say that the kids come first, and if you can focus on that and take your court-ordered parenting classes, which she still has not taken, you know, and somehow find a way to prioritize. You know, I don't know I can't imagine what goes through the mind of a person that does this either, so I don't know what to say. All I know is that my kid is being traumatized. There's little I can do about it. I'm not really happy with the United States or the Virginia state government and court system, and I've actually recorded myself calling every agency that could possibly enforce these court orders and saying, this is what I have a court order saying, this is what's not happening, how could I enforce this? And everyone tells me to go back to court, which we've been through the entire court process and had 2 separate orders that she signed, deliberately counseling her she's court ordered to get another job. That's why she has the OBYN clinic job. She would have never got that job. And nothing's changed in her life except that job in the last 8 years. So me taking her to court has actually even improved her life. But, the court somehow think that it's better to just parent Melissa to parent Haley than to just give Haley to the church program basketball leader that makes good money, that has never missed a child support payment in 8 years, that has moved to 3 different cities to be close to his daughter, has sacrificed, gone to college, better his life. Melissa does not have anything more than an 8th grade education. She said in 2 different hearings that were 2 years apart, she was in a GED program. She was court ordered to work specific jobs and not specific other jobs, work in a day, use specific, or work in certain working hours, not certain other working hours, daytime hours. That's when she got that job. She was court ordered to use specific times of daycare provisions and not specific others, and I'm paying $550 a month in child support based on this daycare expense where she's just kind of cashing a check and leaving my kid with a man named James Catalano, who has no job, who is a bum, who does not have any kids of his own or have any relation to my child. And that was the daycare provider for 2 years, who is in a court order not to be the daycare provider now, who still is occasionally the babysitter. And that looks weird. You don't leave when you're getting enough money to cover, based on a $400 a month daycare expense or whatever it was. You don't send your kid to just stay with one guy all day. So I don't know the man. I don't know that he did anything wrong. I know that I couldn't sleep at night after my kid told me that that's the daycare that she had. It just sounded very weird. But
I thought she was going to. I mean, I can probably help you there and find out where she's going, but I know that I had, you ask kids questions, right? You talk to your kids.
Well, she has the state-ordered SAC now. She's in second grade. And mom was court-ordered to seek all the daycare, so what she came back with was the SAC program. But I don't know.
So I'm just going to ask you, and you don't have to answer. Did Melissa have a drug problem?
I would say that I have a recording of my daughter telling me that she was using drugs. As long as I've known Melissa, she's used drugs, but I haven't known that in the last 6 years. And every picture I've ever seen of Melissa on her different photos that have come up or whatever, it's been Melissa drunk with a beer in her hand, like every single one. I don't have one single friend that has Facebook. I don't know anyone who has more photos of themselves with a beer in their hand in any aspect of my life, not even my childhood. None of them nowadays have that many photos of themselves with a beer in their hand. In every photo, in every situation. I would say it's a family of alcoholics and stupid people, and they've been pretty redneck and trailer trash ever since I've known about them. But again, this is just what I know, and I'm telling you the 100% truth, because that's all I do in regards to this whole thing. Because I'm not going to lie to my kid. I'm not going to lie about my kid. Will anyone ever be able to come back and say, I recorded this of your dad saying this, and this wasn't the truth, or this wasn't how he felt, or this wasn't what was going on truthfully.
Right.
So that's where I'm coming from, and truthfully, I would like to prioritize my answer by saying that I would say it's a good thing for Haley, and you'd be doing a good thing for Haley, keeping as many other outside influences around as you could.
you're saying it is a good thing?
It is, yeah, absolutely. I would love for the world's eyes to be on my daughter so that I knew she was
she's
safe.
beautiful, and I know you know that, but she is a beautiful, just really sweet. I've only met her a couple times. I took my mom and I drove the kids out there because Bobby had to work late, and so we drove from Winchester to Woodbridge, and she came outside and she talked to me. I mean, she's very, very sweet, and I've only seen her, you know, a handful of times, so you can take comfort in that.
That's great. She's always been a beautiful, sweet kid. I love her to death. I'd do anything for her. So, you know, I guess right now the thing to do is just stay away and lessen the spark flying. I've had a couple accidents where I've done something that I kind of regretted afterwards, and one of them was calling, well, anyway, but nothing really big, but you just don't know what to do in situations like this.
I know what it's like to be desperate and start grabbing for straws. I think we've all been there.
So I would desperately like to know. It's very comforting to hear you call me and say that Haley's great, and so thanks for that so far. Thank you very much for that. And I mean, like I said, I'll put them back online soon. There's videos. I got hours and hours and hours of. What I did is I recorded hours and hours and hours of people saying how great of a dad I was, and I sent them directly to Melissa inside of a program that lets you make comments, and Melissa started commenting on them and even started making up fake people and commenting with fake people saying that I'm this fake person and I'm going to beat you up if you ever come near your kid again and this and this and that. So it really just, I guess, wasn't the thing to do. I was trying to record a bunch of videos saying, hey, look, you know, if you want to do all the storytelling, kidnapping, extreme things, we could tell the story. We can have thousands of people tell the story, and it's not going to look good for you, and now it'll be the truth coming out, and then you'll be, and but rather than that ever happening, you know, why don't you just stop?
Yeah.
And I sent those recordings to her 3 months ago, and she sunk her heels in even more, saying, oh, no, you won't. I will tell the story even louder, and you will be the freaking most deadbeatest dad you ever... You know, and she sent me 1,000 nasty messages I have not responded to, and she has called up my trailer trash mom and recruited her to the fight and done all... I mean, she's just really, really going out of her way to try to megaphone this look, even his mom says, I mean, it's gone all. So I've decided I guess I better just back off of this, or my kids, or I'm kind of provoking the process that's traumatizing my kids a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
I hear you. Well, listen, Brandon, I am just getting home, and I think I told you I have 4 kids that are going to be very loud.
Yeah.
And they are 12, 11, 8, and 3. So.
Okay. Well, please keep what I've said in confidence also.
Yes, I will, and I ask you to do the same, because it would only, stuff would only be said to the kids, and that wouldn't be good. But contact me anytime, and I'll do the same, and I appreciate you talking to me.
Yeah, likewise, and well, maybe I'll send you these things when they come up, and then maybe later after you see all that, maybe well, I don't know. Anyway, it's been real nice talking to you, Kelly. So good luck with everything, and please, like I said, don't give yourself up in any way for talking to me.
No, I won't. I promise. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. Hi, baby girl.